welcome back. Today is the day we are installing that shelf onto the server rack, and it's about bloody time. So without any further waiting, let's go ahead and jump right on in. Alright, so we're going to pick up where we left off from last week. I actually got a couple more packages in the mail. This here should be a new hard drive for the Unraid server. And it is. So this is a Western Digital hard drive. This is 6 terabytes. This is a mistake. They're supposed to send me a 5 terabyte hard drive. That's pretty cool. I'll take 6, but it's supposed to be 5. Let's stick this back in here. I have to thank USPS for opening up another one of my packages. This is my monitor mount also for the server. So they already opened. Wait a minute. Oh, never mind. You didn't see that. And of course, this is the shelf. We're gonna go ahead and open this. I guess my monitor mount is not here yet. But at least in the meantime, I can cuddle with something while I wait for it. And there you go. That's the shelf. This is pretty much what the shelf looks like. It's ventilated. I chose this model specifically because it was vented. This is supposed to hold up to 175 pounds of weight. And this is the other side, or I guess the bottom. I don't think it really matters which way you put it, but it would make sense if this was the top and this was the bottom, obviously. And it looks like it'll fit your standard 19-inch rack. And it also appears to be expandable in depth. If you look here, there's these little bolts, and it looks like you can actually raise and lower these, which is really nice. And it looks like you can also do the same on this side. So for now, let's see. Let's just do a quick test fit to see if I actually fit without any adjustment. Okay, so I'm gonna put this thing probably just above the old, or not the old, but the new rack mount ups, because I don't think I'm ever gonna plug anything into it anytime soon. So it'll probably be okay. Alright, so stuck on the nuts. But otherwise, it looks like I need to fix it. It's just not quite long enough for this rack. It's a little short on the back. So let's loosen up some bolts and get that fixed. So the 2 nuts I need to loosen are here and here. These are 5/16 nuts in metric. So it's just pretty quick and dirty. Loosen here. Probably didn't even really need tools for that because it was pretty loose. So we're gonna pull this out. Looks like you don't actually need, something with to loosen nuts with, because this is just your standard screwdriver head. It's just on the inside. It's really up to you. I'm just gonna use what I got and go with that. So, just a quick test fit. Let's see if that works. Now this thing is pretty light, by the way. If I had to guess, it's only, I don't know, 10 pounds, if that. Maybe 5 pounds. It's really hard to tell, but it is very lightweight. So it looks like that's actually where I need to be. So good job, me. First try. Oh, you actually don't even have to loosen it all the way. So I didn't notice this, but this is actually, you can slide it so you don't have to take these all the way off. Did not know that. Now I do. So now I gotta remeasure this because I have no idea where the this lined up. Okay, so like right about there. Alright, well let's attach this real quick with just one. Alright, that's on there pretty good. Let's attach the second one. It's pretty easy. So the server shelf doesn't come with any accessories at all, so you're gonna need your own nuts and screws to mount it to a server rack. These are StarTech M6 nuts and screws. I got them off Amazon pretty cheap. I guess I could have got M5s. I don't really know what the difference between an M5 and M6 is, but I went with this anyway because it was only a couple dollars more. So this will actually be the pretty easy part. We just have to decide how high we want this. I'm gonna put this one space, or like one of these little squares above the Cyber Power Rack Mount OR 700. So that will give us a little bit room. Probably not necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. Also, by the way, this StarTech bag of nuts and screws comes with one of these. This is amazing. So installing your nuts into the server rack, it actually makes it a hell of a lot simpler to remove and add. So let's go ahead and do that. Probably should move this out of the way. And so we're gonna skip a space, and this will go, I guess, right about here. And boom, so easy. This will keep your hands from getting wore out. And I'm so glad they include one of these because it just makes, life simple. And I'm all about that simple life. So just like that, those are done. I'm gonna do the other 3 sides and we'll be pretty much concluded. We just gotta get this mounted up top, but that's a breeze, so be right back. Okay, got the rack mounted. I got my ups up top, so now it's not like twiddling on the side or about to fall over on its side. And looks pretty good. From the front, let's take a look at it from the side. So this is what it looks like from the side. This ups has got about 1 inch of space between the server above it, the UPS below it. The power cable here is now secure to the shelf itself, and there's some other cables dangling down here. I'm gonna get those velcroed to the shelf itself through these little vent holes, so they're nice and secure and they're up off the floor. And that's pretty much what I'm gonna do eventually when I get the other Cyber Power ups and put it on the other side. So this shelf was one of the easiest things I've ever installed on the server rack itself, including the servers. I'm really surprised I didn't scratch up the paint job on this thing by the way I was banging it around and hitting it with a screwdriver. So I guess that's really good for it. For those of you that might be worried that you might scratch the paint on it or it might get scratched in the future due to normal wear and tear. I think it'll last a long time based off what I've seen and how hard I hit it that off camera that one time. We won't talk about that. But otherwise, seems like a pretty good quality product. One thing I like that probably isn't really a feature, but I'm going to say anyway, is those little vent holes that are built into it. I've used my Velcro straps to go through those vent holes to secure cables, which is really cool. Probably not an actual thing the designers thought of or the actual engineers just thought of initially when creating it, but a good use for it. And other than that, I really don't think there's much else to say about it. So on that note, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.